Welcome back, dear viewers, to the channel. This is Maverick here with episode 3 of The God of High School. So anyways, last episode, we are starting the elimination rounds of the pre-tournament, or I guess qualification tournament, if you will. Most specifically, we saw a battle between a supposed Tai Chi practitioner versus Kong, who was using a variant of Taekwondo. As I supposedly, I'm not going to get into too much of it again. Watch my last video. Long story short, he's not really using Tai Chi. At least I don't think so. But anyways, that's kind of a farce. Don't really care about that. More importantly, Mori stepped in and kind of violated the tournament rules in the process by interfering, right? Now, obviously, I don't particularly think he's going to be suspended. Otherwise, we'd have a pretty short anime here. But, well, let's just get into it and see what exactly his punishment is. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Hello. Is this, referring back to that Park guy or something? I mean, I really shouldn't call him Park. Like I said, Park is a super big surname in Korea. There can be like millions of Parks. The hell? Why are you wearing a ball gag? Oh wait, those are people? I thought those were like chairs or something. Alright. Pewters, I think they're called. Anywho. So I guess the formula up to now has been we get a little bit of the more overall, background happenings, world building kind of stuff at the very beginning, and then we get right into the actual tournament at hand. Be your contradiction. Now, I gotta admit, that's a pretty catchy line right before the beat drops. This isn't normally the type of music I listen to be honest. See? What he is using there certainly seemed like a little bit more like Tai Chi. So I don't know what the hell that guy was doing last episode up against Kong. What? Wisdom Kingdom. You guys should pay a little bit more attention to the episode titles. Hello, nurse. Really? Even with your nanomachine technology? Oh. Nope, let it participate. But they gotta make it in such a way that, of course, people are going to accept it. Alright, so, Moon, Saber, whatever it is, versus, I don't know, is that just pure wrestling, or is that actually Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Pop! Of course. Oh. Okay, more of a wrestling kind of thing. Uh. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get that even without the wish. Aren't these all the judges? Oh yeah, Moonlight Sorsa. Why do I keep on saying like Saber style? Oh, that was a. How did that anatomy work? No. Oof. Nice. Nice kick. What? Muken. Oh, I think he got cut up. Yep. What's that supposed to be? What's that supposed to be? Like the air pressure? Well, I mean, I guess this this is a world where you have like nanomachines and the hand of Buddha, right? So I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. There we go. I guess that's the way to locate all the commoners, the audience, let's say. For free? Oh. do what you want. Such a reckless. Oh wait, those are special fruits? I mean, I guess something was up when he gave him those, but still. Ah, a peach. In a lot of, I guess, Taoist, Buddhist-related mythology, peaches are used. So, for instance, immortal fruits and whatnot would be using peaches of some sort. Like for instance, Sun Kong, the legend of the Monkey King. Supposedly he stole something from the heavens. Right, so this dude's reason for fighting and for trying to earn money. I guess cancer? Huh. It's not even his family. Internet cafe. That's a mature dude right there. Against baseball bat dude. That's karate? Ooh. Why do you fight with a baseball bat though? What the hell? Holy shit. He's using that like a... I mean, he said spear, but also quite similar to sword style. Kind of reminds me of Rurouni Kenshin as well. Nine-headed dragon slash. $72. Holy shit. Was that in your book, dude? Bird stance? Yeah. Straight punch? Ooh. Damn. Right to the face! Oh. Oh. Damn. Oh, man, the impacts of this. How durable are these people, man? First stance. Nope. That was a pretty good fight. I mean, good thing they have that, all that technology. Yeah, is he gonna show up late to the party? I'm guessing so. How's he gonna get there in like 3 minutes or something like that? Oh, it's like, yeah. What? I mean, although I think it's cool and all, I definitely feel like, okay, yeah, let's see an actual battle here. The hell? Unknown 2500. You just want to beat him up a little bit. Oh. Tiger Cub. Come on, that was a rather anticlimactic ending here. But, eh. I mean, I guess we did get a good fight. Just previous to this. Still, though. Still. Alright. See you guys after this. Alrighty, that was episode 3, and man, we got some pretty interesting stuff happening at the very end there with the commissioner and all that, right? But let's take it step by step first. Let's talk about all 3 of the battles that happened in this episode. So first of all is Mira against the wrestler girl. Honestly, I don't really have too much to say there. I do find it quite interesting that she's able to use, I guess, sword techniques even just with her bare hands. Perhaps that's the thing that she has going for her. But honestly, I feel like the actual swordsmanship that was being displayed in that fight wasn't really all that much, right? I would even say that baseball dude showed better, better manipulation of his weapon than Mira showed there. So I don't know. Perhaps we're gonna have to wait until we actually get a swordsman against swordsman or swordswoman, a sword on sword battle before we can actually see the display of swordsmanship. That's something that I'm really looking out for as well. I do love these swordsmanship duels and battles and whatnot. But like I said, who knows? Perhaps her actual style is in using her, what was it called, the moon sword style or whatnot, with her hands and not actually with her wooden knife, right? Or yeah, wooden. That's not a wooden knife. That's a wooden sword. Sorry. So kind of meh on that one, to be honest. Now the fight between Daewi and the baseball bat dude, that one was pretty interesting there. Especially like I said, I wasn't expecting baseball bat dude to actually display some other kinds of abilities with his baseball bat, because through the past few episodes we only see him basically whacking around dudes as you normally would with a baseball bat, right? But that was pretty hype. The 12 spears, 72 spears, and all that was pretty nice. That's what I'm looking for in these martial arts battles and whatnot. And of course, Daewi himself also showed off a little bit of his techniques as well. I'm not really sure if I would call that karate, honestly, but at least I know the reference to the the 4, what do you call it, the 4 heavenly guardians or whatnot, or the 4 guardian gods or whatnot, that sort of stance. It didn't click for me at first because I feel like they used a very weird translation here. But after rewatching it once again, I think what they're trying to refer to are actually the 4 holy beasts, if you will, of ancient Chinese culture. So these 4 holy beasts each represent the 4 cardinal directions, north, east, south, west, and they are respectively, well, there's 4 of them, right? And we see 3 of them used here. We see the black turtle. It's not exactly a turtle. It's shaped like a turtle, but it actually has a snake for a tail. I mean, it's not really something that you can translate directly into English, but it is indeed colored black, if that's of any help. And then we also have the, again, what did they translate it as? Vermilion bird or whatnot. So it is a sort of phoenix seeming type of bird. Not quite a phoenix, but very similar to it, and it is colored red. So that's the second one, and the third one they mentioned was the white tiger. That one is pretty straightforward. It's literally just a white tiger. And the fourth one, which sadly they did not show, but which we can pretty much infer if it is based on the four heavenly or four holy beast, would actually be the blue dragon. So, you know, 4 different colors, 4 different beasts representing 4 different directions. And then, of course, as the actual legend goes on, there's actually one to rule them all as well, which is the I guess, Dragon King. I think a direct translation would be the yellow dragon, but I don't really know if that's correct. It's supposed to be the one beast above them all that's also lording over these other 4 these 4 heavenly godly beasts, if you will. So who knows, perhaps that's something that we will see in the future from Daewi, but just judging by the reference that this is going on, we can already infer what he's going to be doing next, right? Now, for the most interesting part about all this is, of course, back to Mori, right? So, in the middle of the episode, I actually made a reference to Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, and that was really more tongue-in-cheek more than anything, because I saw him taking out a peach, which instantly reminded me, especially since this is a series that is based more on martial arts, and we clearly do see a sort of more Wuxia-styled fantasy reference being mentioned here. So that instantly got me thinking, okay, Peach is a commonly it's a commonly used trope here, where, you know, it uses basically it's some sort of holy fruit, if you will, especially as the legend in Sun Wukong goes. It's basically well, Sun Wukong is the Monkey King. He likes to eat peaches and whatnot. And then one day when he went to heaven, he actually stole a heavenly peach. I believe the direct translation is Saturn peach or something like that, which actually turned out to be a fruit of the immortal, if you will. So by eating it, Sun Wukong became immortal, and so that is also how he, you know, basically improved his powers by tenfold and whatnot. And of course, the gods got angry at him and whatnot, and they've been on bad terms ever since. But you know, that's basically instantly when I see that kind of peach, especially shaped in that kind of form, that's instantly what I think of, right? So that was more tongue-in-cheek more than anything. But then later on, when we see Mori in his home, and then having these sort of flashbacks, if you will, these sort of strange imagery and things pop up in his head. So I went back and watched it frame by frame, and I actually found a specific scene where I think it clearly references Sun Wukong with his staff, and then with all the different gods up in heaven, you know, being mad at him, right? Sort of like him being defiant to the gods, if you will. I do think, because that's a pretty iconic scene in the you know, in the legend of Sun Wukong as well. So I do think that is referring to that. And then at the very end there, with Mori ending it with, "Oh, I want to eat a banana right now." I don't know, man. I kind of get the feeling that they are sort of referencing Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, in a lot of ways with Mori here. So, yeah, is it or is it not true? I don't know. However, we already see some clear Chinese-inspired influences here with the, you know, with the holy beasts and whatnot. I wouldn't put it past them to actually reference Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, as well, and it certainly makes sense, right? It fits in with the fruit, it fits in with the imagery, and it fits in with Mori's behavior at the end. So that might be something to look forward to in the future. And then, of course, lastly, we have the commissioners, and apparently they can now control these ghosts. It's growing out of them. Actually kind of reminds me of Shaman King, which is another one of my favorite series as well. But I don't know, there's like we really have no information right now as to that and whatnot, and perhaps that's an ability only specific to him, right? Maybe not all the commissioners are going to be using that sort of ability where they have like spirits or gods and manipulate them in one way or the other. But we can definitely see that this is not your typical martial arts tournament, right? The participants definitely exhibit some pretty supernatural powers here, and that's going beyond the nanomachine technology and all that. So Anyways, those are just some guesses, some predictions. They might turn out to be true, they might turn out not, but at the very least, I do find it fun to go through all these different references and whatnot and see if there is any hints and clues as to what will happen in the future. That's what I typically style my series on. And of course, we do have some other backstory as well. Like in the past, I think in the last episode, we got a little bit of Mira's backstory, and in this one, we see a little bit of how Daewi actually is, his character, right? He's also Mr. Nice Guy, I guess you could say, even more so than Mori. But I know, just little tidbits, right? Just little tidbits. Just like at the beginning, we see some little tidbits, little hints of stuff that's happening in the greater world and whatnot. But I'm sure that we probably don't have to worry ourselves about that for now. Let's get through the preliminary tournament first, right? So anyways, that's it for episode 3. Oh, I should probably also mention that the fighting here was still on point as always. It's good to see that they haven't let up. Sure, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't really have a good fight at the very end there, but hey, that just means that we're saving more for it later, right? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys next week as well. Bye-bye.